I can't lie to you. After saying it all out loud, I'm gonna go Joker, bruv. I think Joker deserves it. And the fact that obviously the 12-game win streak that they've been on in the last bit on a tear, and they beat. I think they beat Spurs twice and you lot in that run as well. So
Sound petty here, but I don't want Wemby to win it, man. Guys out here campaigning, man. Just reminding me of the truth. I think I dream about it every day. Shut up! Just go out there. Like Shay said, man, I let my game do the talking, man. Like, just guys, just they're campaigning, begging, and pleading. Just reminds me of the truth, man.
But to be
fair, man, I'll be as good, man. That's my buy.
They've had a rebuild, they've had a refresh, and Jaylen Brown, who we have on previous NBA poddies have called out for having Harden-like tendencies, has stepped up enormously and carried that team whilst Tatum has been out. So what is your expectation for the Boston Celtics in the postseason?
Finals with Celtics. As you said, all of what you said I agree with. And Jaylen Brown, people are forgetting this guy was a finals MVP. But now we're getting more or less a full roster back, and the team are ready to go. They showed their mean business, and it was a good season. Because we needed to. I think it was important to get that number one spot because it solidifies and shows people that we're here to start a dynasty. So I think they sent that message. Shea sent the message that he's still the best player, about to repeat with the MVP again of this regular season. Whoa. Yeah, and we're ready for the playoffs. Got our guys back, got my 3 guys back there. We're just sitting back, just watching everyone. We're just chilling, just waiting. Send whoever you got.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Nights of the Roundtable Discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy, Mr. KA, in the building. How we doing, sir?
All good. Showing up as per usual. Unlike some, but we're here. We move. Show goes on. Next man up. Let's go.
Nah, I hear it, people. Listen, we're back. And now you're probably thinking, hold on. 40 Chat is already out. United Talk is already out. What's going on here? But you know, and you're probably thinking as well, why is it just the two of us? But listen, NBA Talk is back. I can't speak on the truth. I don't know where the truth is. I don't know what's going on with the truth, but he isn't here. But we couldn't delay any longer with NBA Talk. So myself and Mr. KA are going ahead without the truth. You lot in the comments put the truth as being whatever you want to call him, whether you want to say that he's MIA.
He's confused, man. He's doing load management. We're in the playoffs, man. Come on, man. It's time to show up, man. Like, man, still on this load management thing.
Is he hiding? Because obviously what happened the last time NBA Talk was on, and Mr. KA, you know, was living his best life, all the glory and all that. Who knows? But listen, people, NBA Talk is back and we are going to be getting into it. There's no way that we could have let this one slide. As Mr. K said, it's playoff season. So we're going to be diving in, having a quick recap of what happened in the regular season, talking about the West and the East, and giving our predictions of who's going to be MVP and who is going to win the NBA championship. But as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up. As I say all the time, share. We are here, and don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. People, as I said before, 40 Chat is out and the United Talk is out. If you don't want to go over on the page and watch that, you can. But no more football chat. It's about the NBA. The playoffs are imminent. Now, people have to put this out there. This is pre-recorded. So we don't know. The games haven't taken place. So we don't know who's going to be the 8th seed in the East and the West. I just want to put that out there. just in case people are like, well, hold on a minute, what's going on here? It is pre-recorded, so we don't know who's going to be the 8th seed, just so you lot know. But, Miss K, obviously, another delightful season for you. Obviously, OKC, the defending champs, have finished top of the West, not only top of the West, but have finished top overall for the second season running. I think it's the third time in a row in the West that you lot have finished as the number 1 seed. Just your summarization of how the regular season has gone for OKC. Mike, your mic's gone down.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Sorry, technical difficulties. No, it's been a good season for the OKC. It's been, we've showed that this season, we showed that last season wasn't a fluke, that we've gone back to back number 1 spots, and that we're here to repeat. The season's gone well. We've had a few, like most teams, not had a full roster for parts of the season, where Jalen sat out for a bit. He missed a good chunk of the season. Shea missed a good chunk of the season, but each time the team stepped up. So we showed that we've got that depth, we've got the squad, and we're ready to. And it wasn't just those two; a lot of players were out as well for OKC at various stages. Hartenstein, I can go on, but yeah, now we're getting more or less a full roster back, and the team are ready to go. They showed they mean business, and it was a good season. It was a good season because we needed to. I think it was important to get that number 1 spot because it solidifies and shows people that we're here to start a dynasty. So I think they sent that message. Shea sent the message that he's still the best player, but to repeat with the MVP again of this regular season.
Whoa.
Yeah, and we're ready for the playoffs. Got our guys back. Got my 3 guys back there. We're just sitting back, just watching everyone. We're just chilling, just waiting. Send whoever you got.
We're gonna get to MVP chat, but I don't disagree. SGA's had a MVP caliber season again. He just keeps going from strength to strength. Obviously, hold on. What is he? 26, 27?
27.
Yeah, bro. He's still got years in the bank, man. But very, very talented player. We know how the truth feels about SGA, and not just the truth, but a lot of people you see in the group chat alone, him and Cooking with Rash, can't stand SGA. There are traits that I don't like about SGA, but I don't have this hatred that everybody else has. SGA kind of reminds me a little bit of when Harden was flopping from time to time, and I don't like that because obviously KMSK, you know my dislike for James Harden, but I don't discredit the fact that this guy is a talented basketball player, and he is in the top 5 in the league right now. But we'll get to that MVP.
Name your 5. Don't have to be all that. Name your 5.
No. We'll get to the MVP. We'll get to the MVP chat. We'll get to the MVP chat. But we'll get there.
Better than Luka. Better than.
Whoa, listen. I said we'll get there. This guy will get there. But listen, I think you guys, you're right. You guys had to go again this season. I know you've done it twice before, obviously 2 years ago. Didn't go so well in the playoffs, but the fact that you've came back and you've done it again, finished top seed, I think, your record, what was it? I think it was 64, hold on, is my maths right? 64 and 18, I think it was this season. Does that make it 74? Yeah, 64 and 18, and I think last season it was 68 and 14. So only 4 games in it in terms of the difference. So not that much difference. So you can see the consistency there. With OKC, as you said, mentioned SGA. I think he's averaging 31. I think he's second in points per game behind the guy in my background, who's averaging 33 before he got hurt. You said you had injuries, but everybody's coming back. I think when you look at OKC, I think that you guys have every base covered. And as you said, you're looking to make a dynasty, and all these guys are in their 20s. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but all your main players are in their 20s. So these guys can go for years and years and years. Um, First up, as I said, we don't know who you're going to have first up, but it's either the Suns or the Warriors in the playoffs. First of all, who would you prefer to face in the first round of the playoffs?
I don't really have a preference, to be honest. I'm not even trying to be a big-headed. I don't think OKC will have a preference. I think whoever they get, they should be able to deal with them and handle them in the first round fairly easy, going no more than 5 games. So yeah, could be either one. Could be either one. I don't have a preference.
It's funny you say that because when you look at the regular season series, you lot are down against the Suns. Yeah, you've beaten in Golden State. I think the 4 games you played against them, you beat them every single time. But I'm sure, if I'm not mistaken, I think you lot are 3-1 against the Suns. Don't know what it is about the Suns that they have against you. Obviously, Booker and all them, man. But I don't think there's anything for you lot to fear in the first round. From either team, I think you guys are too strong. You have that experience now. You have the experience of getting over the line. Ironically, obviously, reference to Arsenal last season, like in the last poddy, sorry. But you have that experience of getting over the line. That's the stick that was the thing that was thrown at you lot last season before you got over the line with the chip. The experience, you got that now. You know what it feels like to win, and you've got that carrot of going for the repeat. But we're going to bring in the other contenders. But I just want to know from your perspective, Mr. KA, in the West, is there any team that you're looking at and thinking to yourself, yeah, I don't really want to play them in the Western Conference semi-finals or finals? Could be either or.
Well, it has to. Yeah, it's the obvious one. It has to be the Spurs, who we don't want to meet early. But I think the way that the bracket is set up,
Oh, you can't beat them
yeah,
to
we
the
can't beat
final,
them until the
the
final.
conference finals. I personally think the two teams that I think you guys want to avoid, you're not going to play one of them because they're in the other
Yeah,
side of the bracket.
and
So
it's Nuggets and Spurs.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So I think even out of the two, I'll prefer the Nuggets because not that we're scared of the Spurs.
Mm,
Honestly, I think if we get them in the playoffs, we'll be playoff ready, and I think the confidence of the team going in to that match, knowing that we're NBA champions, we've got the MVP
mm.
in their minds, in their camp, their roster, they're gonna think we got the best guy, we got the best team, so they're gonna go into any matchup, even though we've the record we had against Spurs in the regular season, they're gonna say like this is the playoffs. So we got our full squad, more or less, and we're down to we're gonna do this again. So I wouldn't want to see Spurs just because they will come in with that confidence, knowing that. Well, I think both teams will, to be honest, because Nuggets were only just champions the other couple of seasons back. So
22, 23, I think. 22,
was
23.
it that? I thought it was 24.
Hold on. Wait, I did write it down. Hold on one second.
Yeah, so
Yeah, no, I'm
yeah, so
right.
they
22, 23.
okay, yeah, so yeah, Nuggets weren't too long ago where they were champions themselves. So and they've still got more or less the same team that were
Mm.
champions back then. So they'll be dangerous as well. But out of the two, I've waffled on a bit for such a simple question answer. It'll be Spurs that I wouldn't want to face, but we will relish the challenge, and I think we could beat them.
I can completely understand that the season series is 4-1 to Spurs. Because obviously you played each other in the NBA Cup semi-final as well. So it's 4-1 to the San Antonio Spurs. Interestingly about that is that the 3 out of the 4 times that you guys lost to the Spurs, Wemby was on the bench, didn't even start. So we can take from that. I know obviously regular season and playoffs are two different things. Defense wins championships, but the Spurs have done well this season. The truth isn't here to talk about his team, people. There's nothing I can do about that, so I can only do what I can in terms of the best. But the Spurs, good record, 62-20. They finished second seed. Wemby, obviously, another MVP candidate. He has just gone up another level, averaging 25, 11 rebounds. Oh, God. And then I think he's shooting over 50% from the field as well. And I think what's most impressive about the Spurs is where they've been. Because I think Wemby got hurt last season, he was out for like the second half of the season, and I think they finished 13th. The season before that, they finished 14th, and the season before that, they finished bottom 15th. So for them to come from there to then finish second in the Western Conference, it's crazy. Obviously, you got Castle and you got De'Aaron Fox on their team as well, so it's not just Wemby, but obviously Wemby is the standout player. Mr. KA, if you were obviously will get there, obviously you're anticipating OKC to win it, but if it is you guys and Spurs in the Western Conference Finals, how do you not go about dealing with them? As I said, it's 4-1, and I completely understand it's the regular season, but it seems that they've got something over you at this moment in time. So how do you deal with them? Because as I said, Wemby started 3 of these games on the bench, so it's not even a case of he's been a starter and you've not been struggling against him. Castle's done well against you. De'Aaron Fox has done well against you. So the matchup is there. How do you deal with the San Antonio Spurs if you meet in the Western Conference Finals?
I don't even know. It's hard to game plan for Spurs. Obviously, that's why everyone calls Wemby the alien. He's a freak of nature because what he can do. Um, we've all heard it before. For such a big man, the way he plays, he plays like a point guard,
Mm,
which he wasn't until he had this mad growth spurt and became 7 foot tall.
yeah,
So he's got but even normally when they get so big and then they don't have the handles as they did, or they're not as agile. So he's like you got this guy that's been putting the ball around, like going around the world for layups and putting balls through his crossovers
he's a
through
freak.
people's legs, and so it's gonna be hard to game plan for them because you can't. He's got so much talent and so much in his arsenal. Um, you can't. First of all, it's hard enough just game planning for him. Then when you've got all the guys you mentioned
Mm,
around him, also who can um knock down shots and make plays, it's gonna be difficult. But I think with OKC, I think we've got the depth and the squad and the talent to switch things up and keep them guessing and
mm,
not know what to expect. Um, Sometimes Wemby will face shit. Sometimes he will face Jalen. Sometimes he will face Hartenstein. Sometimes he'll get Caruso because Caruso will be there nipping at his ankles. Even um, oh my God, I forgot his Dort. Like he's the top defender and he can give people problems. And so I think with the rotation in our defense and our rebounding could assist with trying to nullify what the Spurs will bring. I think honestly, I think it'll be a different. I think it'll be a different game in the playoffs if we meet them in the finals.
when I look at the Spurs, I can't. Especially Wemby. When I look at Wembley, I kind of look at him the same way I look at Jokic. They're
Yeah,
gonna
we'll talk
do
about
what
him right
they're
now.
gonna do, but it's can you stop everybody else? Um,
He hasn't got the passing of Jokic, so
oh yeah, I mean, listen, Joker's another freak of nature. Let's be honest. Like those two right now, the way how they play, they shouldn't be centers. But I think you put them in the same category. They're gonna get their points. You can't stop it. It's how you stop everybody else. Um, if you can stop everybody else, you're halfway there because you're then asking Wemby to do more. You're then asking Wemby to be on the court a lot more. And then you can then break him down. And obviously, he's got his injury issues. So if he's playing 35 a game and whatnot throughout the playoffs, then it's going to be more difficult for him. And we know playoff basketball is completely different to regular season because defense wins championships. You're not going to be having these blowouts of 130, 140 plus. That's not how it works. But I think you're right in terms of the different looks, different guys guarding him. You're going to have to double him at times. But I just think it's just fascinating. It's a fascinating matchup. And I think this is where, because we've got to remember as well, the Spurs haven't been to the playoffs since Jesus Christ. 2018-19. 2018-19 was the last time the Spurs were in the playoffs. So that inexperience is going to count for a lot. And as I said, they're in the hardest side of the draw because I think they're playing. Oh, I've got to back it up. They start their thing off against Trailblazers. Yeah, start off against the Trailblazers, but then you've got either the Nuggets or the Timberwolves, and we'll get to those two because that could be anything, if I'm honest. But I think that San Antonio have a very good chance, and I think the main thing for me is that unlike Denver, if San Antonio see you lot in the the conference finals, they're not going to be intimidated, and they're not going to be scared to play you lot. And I think that's what makes it so fascinating. But speaking of Denver Nuggets, the third seeds, they finished with a 54-28. For me, they've got it the hardest. They play the Timberwolves in the first round, Spurs in the second, you lot in the conference finals if they get there. So they've got a huge amount of work to do. There's no easy teams for them to come up against. But with Joker, they've always got a chance. What do you give the chances of Denver beating Timberwolves, then beating the Spurs to see you lot in the conference finals?
I'll give them a big chance. I'll give them a big chance. As you said, they are recent champions, and you don't write off champions. They've still got more or less the same team. And now they're older and wiser. They've got that experience. Joker and Murray got that connection, and they've added a few more years to when they last won a championship. So they will be confident that they can go on and make a run. That they'll be excited that no one's really paying attention to them, even though they put them third. They in their mind, as you said, they won't be scared, and they see themselves as champions. So I think they'll get through. I think they'll get through to meet Spurs. I think the top seeds, I think it'll go to script. It's when you get to the middle seeds in the West is where you have, I think, especially in the early rounds, where the good matchups will be. Because I think they were the ones who'll be competitive. So I think Denver should be confident. I think they will be confident. We can easily meet them in the final, LCB as in OKC. But it's one that we have to kind of sit back and see going into the latter stages of the playoffs, seeing what kind of shape they're in, what kind of players are feeling good and like well being performing.
I don't think it's that straightforward. The Timberwolves, the last time they met the Timberwolves, it went 7 games and the Timberwolves came out on top. Ant-Man went on a tear. I think it was 23-24 season. I think the last time they met in the conference semifinals. And I am sure Denver were 3-2 up. I'm sure they were 3-2 up. And then the Timberwolves came back and won it 4-3. Ant-Man, I think he got 40 in that game 7. And I just think the Timberwolves, I know the Timberwolves are a team you just don't write off because you think they're not going to get anywhere, and then all of a sudden they come. Last season, people thought that I think we played Timberwolves in the first round, and they dumped us out. As I said, the season before, I think Denver was it went 7 games and they dumped Denver out. You can't write off Ant-Man. You cannot write off Ant-Man. But I think that if Denver can get through, and this is why I say I think Denver could be in a situation where each of their series goes 7 games, and that's why I think it's going to be very, very tough for them to get through, and a lot of work for the Joker to get through. But obviously, you got Jamal Murray, you got Aaron Gordon there as well. They're a team that knows how to navigate the rounds. Joker again having an MVP caliber season, and they're not going to fear the Spurs because I think they are three. I think it's 3-2, but I think they've won the last 3 in a row. They went on a tear, obviously, to finish the season. They won their last 12. But it's meeting you lot that's the problem because I think they've only beaten you once this season. So they're a bit of a mixed bag, but I think that with Joker, anything is possible. But from your perspective, Mr. K, is there any other teams in the playoffs in the West that you think could cause an upset?
What for the big 3 teams?
Just in general, yeah. So like, obviously, you got
The Rockets are dangerous.
Şengün,
Dangerous, Shaken.
Durant,
Yeah,
Thompson as well.
they're dangerous. They can take you if you're not careful. They can take you 6, 7 games.
Mm,
Um, but again, I think it'll go to script.
fair,
I think it'll go to script. The only one that you can't call is I can't call right now is Nuggets Spurs in the second round. I think
yeah,
they'll go through. That's the only one I can't call.
yeah. No, I agree. I think Rockets will sweep the Lakers. Unfortunately for us, with Luka and AR out, we've got nothing. We've got no. We're relying on a 42-year-old man to carry us. We can't do it. I think we'll get swept. I genuinely believe we're going to get swept.
Yeah.
It's a shame because the tear that Luka has been on this season, I really thought like because if Luka doesn't get injured, we finish third, and then we're playing. It's a rematch with the Timberwolves, and I think we would have beaten the Timberwolves. Um, Coming up against obviously you lot or the Spurs, it would have been tough, but at least we would have given teams a game. This for the Rockets is light work. No Luka, no AR. There's no time frame on when they're coming back. So it's easy. But Rockets coming to you lot and then they end up going out. Like I said, Nuggets, Timberwolves. I don't write off Timberwolves, but I think Nuggets will get through in 7, and then it's Spurs Nuggets. Obviously, you don't want to see the Spurs. If I'm a betting man, I think I'm going to go with the Nuggets just because of the experience, more than anything else. And then, obviously, you lot and if I say you lot and Nuggets in the final, I'm probably going to go with OKC to get there. You lot will do it in 6, I think. I think the Nuggets will be absolutely spent by the time they get through to the conference finals. But in your estimation, Mr. KA, percentage wise, what are you looking at? What are you giving your guys? 90% chance of getting to the NBA finals?
Yeah, sounds good. 90% sounds good. Because
You say
like
100%?
no, 90, I said 90%
Ah,
sounds good. Because as we kind of alluded to at the start, which you kind of said actually, um, we've with the number 1 seed, we've got the better side of the draw, and that's why the regular season is important. So yeah, no, I think we can make a good run and highly likely get back into the finals.
no, I hear it. In terms of the East, I think the East is a little bit more difficult to predict. You got
Always.
the hmm?
No, as always, is always a bit more difficult.
You got the Pistons that finished top seed, which is crazy to think about it because I'm trying to think. I don't think anyone would have had the Pistons finishing number 1 seed. They are a relatively young team. Very inexperienced when it comes to the playoff level. Obviously, being led by Cade Cunningham, who has had an MVP caliber season, but then obviously the whole, the collapsed lung thing, which is mad, absolutely mad. But he has come back and he's played a few games, and him and Luca have both because I think Cade only played
They bend the
six.
rules for the
Yeah,
purple and gold as per usual.
not just Luca, Cade as well. I think Cade plays
But they had
60
to, innit? They can't just do it for one
for
and the
Luca.
other, and there'll be
But to be fair,
two of you.
Luca was 64 games and like a horrible injury, and then he had the birth of his youth. Like, what did you want him to do? And then Cade the same
Both
thing,
played
like
the same,
collapsed long.
innit?
But the thing is, like the whole reason why this rule was brought in is to stop Kawhi and his nonsense with the load management. Like that's why the rule was
That's what
brought in.
Spurs players do, man.
But
That's what Spurs players do.
But Mr. K, what chance do you give the Pistons of getting to the NBA Finals this season? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't give them a chance. I think they get to. Hold on, let me just double check who they're playing in the how their bit goes.
They got Magic Hornets.
I think they'll get to the conference finals, but they'll lose in the conference finals. They play the Magical Hornets in the first round, and then
Cavs and Raptors.
Yeah, which Cavs and Raptors is going to be a good series, to be fair. And your boy Harden's there, so
Ah, that guy. Um, yeah, no, Pistons. To be honest, I think they actually underestimated. I think they. Oh, I didn't hear you speak. Was you on mute?
no, I didn't say what.
Oh, okay. I thought you spoke. Um, no, I think they're slightly underestimated. I think they can, and with that, people might not see them coming. They could easily get to the finals and play it, which is looking like the Boston. Um, because and then they've shown that they play with their players, they can step up in the absence of it's not just all Cade
Yeah,
playing them, so they can still play. Um, they've got good players. They're a blue chip, hardworking team. They embody the people of Detroit and the kind of state and town that they are. And I think that tenacity, their hardness and their grit, mixed in with sprinkling with the talent that they have in various places, they can get to the final easily. I would not be surprised, even though they're like the third favorites in the East.
I don't disagree. I think inexperience could tell here. I think that's the only thing. But based on what they've done this season, and you're 100% right, even when with Cade getting obviously having getting hurt, they were still able to get over the line and win games. And against decent opposition, it wasn't just people teams at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. So they've got a big chance. I think, like I said, I think they beat Magic Hornets, and I think they beat Cavs or Raptors. I'm not going to lie to you. Cavs have a stacked team, but they've got James Harden, so we know that they ain't doing nothing in the playoffs. Let's be honest. And they've got difficulty of playing the Raptors themselves, so they've got to get through that first. But I think the Pistons, you're 100% right. They're going under, even, which is crazy to say that they're the top seed in the East, but people are still
Yeah,
underestimating them. Is crazy. But I think it's the inexperience and the unknown because they haven't been to the playoffs and gone deep into the playoffs for a while. But nah, I can agree with you on that. But when we go into the other half of the draw, where the tasty is, Boston Celtics, and Mr. K, they've surprised me because when we saw Tatum go down last season and it costing against the Knicks, and then it basically costing the Boston Celtics, I feared for them. Remember, they lost a lot of talent um, as well. So I'm just trying to remember the names now because they were stacked. They were overly stacked. It was ridiculous. Um, but they've had a rebuild, they've had a refresh, and Jalen Brown, who we have on previous NBA poddies have called out for having Harden-like tendencies, has stepped up enormously and carried that team whilst Tatum has been out. So, what is your expectation for the Boston Celtics in the postseason?
Finals with Celtics. Um, as you said, all of what you said, I agree with. And Jaylen Brown, people are forgetting this guy was a Finals MVP. He's a talented guy, and we've said this about him in the past about being a two-way player. But it's always been Tatum's team. But
Mm.
with Tatum out, he's been able to shine. Like he said multiple times, he's waiting for this opportunity, and he's someone who's always having to prove people wrong throughout his season, and he thrives upon that. So I think Celtics will have a pretty straightforward trip to the finals, and as you said, the team is stacked, it's deep. Jalen and Tatum, Pritchard, White, go on.
You said it's going to be straightforward. They're playing the Sixers in the first round. I know Embiid's out again.
Nah,
Again, another
don't be
postseason
saying
and
that,
Embiid's
man.
out. But the biggest joke is this
He just
time,
had surgery. Didn't he just have surgery or something?
yeah, for his
Yeah.
appendix, yeah. So yeah, appendicitis. But it's 2-2 in that series. Tyrese Maxey is balling out for that
I do
team.
like him. I like the way he
Yeah,
played.
Tyrese
Nice
Maxey,
player.
and he doesn't get enough. He doesn't get mentioned enough in terms of the way how he plays and how he's carried the 76ers. I think that could be, I think that one is straightforward if Embiid doesn't come back at all.
5-1.
Fair
Even possibly
for,
swept.
for gentleman's sweep, yeah. But then in the other bracket,
4-1, sorry. Yeah, so I said 5-1. I meant to say 4-1.
you got the Knicks and the Hawks. Now the Knicks were supposed to be. This was supposed to be the Knicks' year. No one was talking about Detroit. No one was talking about the
Obviously, Tatum's gone
Celtics.
down, so
The Knicks. This was supposed to be the Knicks after getting to the Eastern Conference Finals
mm,
last season, and unfortunately, it hasn't gone like that. They've had a bit of up and down. Brunson, Carl Anthony Towns, Bridges. They've got the talent. It's just been up and down for them. I think due to the coaching. But they got the Hawks, and the Atlanta Hawks have been mad because if I'm not mistaken, people correct me if I'm wrong. I am sure just before the All Star weekend,
they traded
they
Trey Young.
did they trade Trae Young
Is that what
to
you're gonna say?
no, but who did they trade him to?
I think it was the Wizards. I think.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
even
so.
know that.
Yeah, no, you don't play for the Hawks anymore. Yeah, they traded him.
No, no. What I was gonna say is that I'm sure just before the All Star weekend, I am sure that they were like 11th, 12th in the Eastern Conference, and then they went on a stupid run, a bit like what the Denver Nuggets did their last because Nuggets won their last 12. They went on a mad run, like they won like bare games and managed to get themselves finishing sixth seed. Um, so the Atlanta Hawks won't be easy for the Knicks. You would expect the Knicks to win that, but um, yeah, you would expect the Knicks to win that, but the indifference of the Knicks, like this, like the Knicks are pissed because not only have they finished third, but this is a Boston Celtics resurgent with Jason Tatum back, and I just can't see how they get past. I think I can't see how they go. They haven't even got home court as well either, so it's going to be very very difficult for the Knicks to get past the Celtics. Cavs Raptors, Mr. K.
Cavs should have enough with that. I
Cavs
feel
should
like
had enough,
with
but
Harden
we
and White, that
listen.
should have enough.
I thought that last season with the Cavs, and they went out first round. Um,
And I think they'll have something to prove this season as well.
yeah, 100%. So what are you saying, Mr. K? Are you saying Thunder and who in the NBA Finals?
Boston. I don't see anyone else coming out the East. I
Fair,
think Boston is just too good.
fair.
Just yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I agree with that. I think it'll be Thunder and Boston
And I
in
don't
the
think
NBA Finals.
anyone on the East, any of the teams are outside of Boston are ready to step up.
Mm.
Um, and they're ready for a championship to compete for a championship. I think a lot of the teams where they are in their sort of trajectory, they're either just about making their way to their peak, or they're just coming down from their peak. For example, um, Knicks.
Mm,
I think last season was their peak,
mm.
and I think this season they're not as good as they were for various reasons. But I think they can still make an upset and make their way to the final. They can get to the final quite well, but I don't know if they could put it together to make a run as they did last season.
But it's a fair point. I agree with you. I agree with you. Um, yeah. I want to make a case for the Spurs to beat you lot, but I need to see what happened. I'm I struggle to see how you lot are going to stop Wemby. I really struggle to see how you lot are going to stop Wemby. And I said, if Castle and De'Aaron Fox are stepping up, which they have done every time they've played you guys, it's going to be problems. But what I will say, what I will say is, I think both conference final. No, I think conference finals for you guys will go 7. I think the East, I think it's more straightforward. I think it might go 6 for Boston Celtics, and the Detroit Pistons. And if it is a OKC and Celtics final,
It's a hard one to call right now. You can't.
yeah, I know it's like crystal
Can't
ball
call it
gazing
right
a
now.
little bit. It's crystal ball gazing a little bit. But I can't give the edge to our rivals, so I'm gonna have to go OKC. I can't have Boston getting another chip. So I'm gonna
They
have
haven't
to,
got the record yet. I can't remember. And weren't they supposed to be on
yeah,
the
they've got one more than us now. I think. Yeah, I think they've got one more than us now. The one that they won
It's not
20,
much more. I'm just trying to sort out my hat, guys. But it's all
the
over the
one that they
place.
won 23-24. I think
Mm.
that gave them one more than us. But Mr. K, you mentioned something, obviously, but I don't know what you're trying to do,
Sort
bruv.
my hat, boy. Go on, mate. Go on. Let's see.
You mentioned something early on, the MVP race. Now, number in terms of the power rankings, number one right now is Wemby. Um, Me personally, for me, it has to go to Luca or Wemby.
Oh, forget Luca, man.
It has to go to Luca or Wembley. Luca got hurt towards the end. He's still in this conversation. He got hurt towards the end. Ironically, I think it was against you lot, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was against.
Oh, game that he went down in.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure it
can't
was.
remember.
I'm sure it was against you lot. If it wasn't you lot, it was the Spurs. One out of the two of them. Um, I think the way, but for Luca,
It was against
I
OKC
yeah,
early in the month.
yeah. I think for Luca, the numbers that he's put up, obviously, top end points per game, obviously nearly averaging a triple double um, this season. The way how he's carried the team, the consistency. Because the thing is, I know he's injured now, but he was always in and out with issues and whatnot, blah blah. But I think this is one of the first seasons where I think he's been fully fit. He's been leaner. And I think that with people not expecting the Lakers to do a lot this season, I think his output has been phenomenal. And likewise with Wemby, I think Wemby, where he's taken this Spurs team from, as I said, 13th, 14th, no, 15th, 14th, 13th, respectively, in the 3 seasons to second, the way how he's now being put in conversations of he's going to be future in the GOAT conversation, and this is only his second season, I think, or was it his third? The fact that man can basically do everything. If he wants to pull up and shoot from three, he can. You can't defend him in the post. Defensively, he's the best defensive player. That is going to him this season, without a doubt. I think, I can't remember where he is in the scoring. I think he's in the top 10 in terms of scoring. And the fact that he's just a frigging freak. I think either or are deserving of it. I think the only other person that I could probably accept getting it is Joker. And Joker's averaging a triple double this season. I think he's eighth in terms of scoring. I think in the assists, I think he's in the assists as well. I think he's like third or fourth. Um, he's just walking triple double, and the consistency. And I'm not saying that SGA hasn't got that consistency, but I just think that those are my top three personally. Obviously, Mr. K, you can make your argument for SGA. Go ahead, bruv.
I don't need to really even argue too much because SGA, his game does the talking for him. You've seen his stats, you've seen his numbers, and he's proved that last season wasn't a fluke. He gave you like a bit of a head start, came back, and it was still like I'm still the guy. So SGA record year, record numbers, still putting it up with his consistency, and he's getting his double doubles and his 20-point games. But we can read off the stats, but SGA for me is MVP, man.
Nah. I know obviously you got to look at the fact that you're not a top seed, but and don't be wrong, I think there's a little bit of taking him for granted because we know what we can do, but we do it with Joker as well and what he does because he's so
He's
consistent.
doing things that weren't done since Jordan, and I'm not comparing him to Jordan, but I'm talking about just the level of
But so is Joker.
quality.
Joker again has done things that have never been done before. I think he's the first player to be top in rebounds and assists in the NBA. And you compound that with the fact that he's averaging a triple double. Like, it's crazy.
Mm.
Now that I think of it, I think Joker should win it.
Nah, but then as soon as you start talking about Wemby, then you be like, Wemby should win it. So
Nah,
nah.
I think what I will say. Sorry, I'll let you go. What I will
No,
say is
no, no,
this
go
is
on.
one of the closest MVP races we've had for a little
Yeah.
bit. That I will say. Go on.
No, no, no. I was gonna just say that it's probably obviously my bias towards OKC is what's probably has me leaning a little bit towards him. But
Mm.
just looking at a player, trying to be objective, just looking at the player and the things that Shea's done, and for a second season, I think he's the MVP, man.
Yeah, not for me. I think we have missed out two other key players. I think Cade Cunningham deserves an honourable mention. What he's done for the Pistons, obviously getting them to the top seed. I think he's averaging 23. I think number two in terms of assists this season. And Jaylen Brown deserves a mention as well. I think
No, yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Jaylen
does,
Brown
man.
has been phenomenal at Boston. I know a couple of the guys on ESPN on Inside the NBA have Jaylen Brown as their top their MVP. Basically, from where Boston were and where people thought they were going to be to where he's carried them. I remember I think Tatum only came back in the new year. So yeah, he deserves a mention. But I can't lie to you. After saying it all out loud, I'm gonna go Joker, bruv. I think Joker deserves it. I think Joker deserves it, and the fact that obviously the 12-game win streak that they've been on in the last bit on a tear, and they beat. I think they beat. I think they beat Spurs twice and you lot in that run as well. Um,
I'm not gonna
so
sound petty here, but I don't want Wemby to win it, man. This guy's out here campaigning, man, just reminding me of the truth. I think Evan, I think I dream about it every day. Shut up, just go out there. Like Shay said, man, I let my game do the talking, man. Like just guys, just there campaigning, begging and pleading. Just reminds me of the truth, man. That's why I
but
don't want him to win it, man. I'll be honest with you, man. That's my buy.
to be fair to him, listen, he deserves to. Listen, the more that I think about it, I'm still giving it Joker. But if Wemby were to win it, I wouldn't be upset. Just because of where he's brought the Spurs from to where he is now, being put in conversations that he shouldn't be in terms of GOAT conversations for the future. best defensive player by a mile. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm still going Joker. I'm still going Joker. I'm still going Joker. You're going
Not bad,
SGA.
not bad, not
That's
bad.
fine. Scary. I wanted to ask you though, if OKC say this happened,
Oh, yeah, here we go.
OKC meets the Rockets in the semifinals, and somehow KD, Shengun, and all their man managed to rally together and put you lot out in the conference semifinals. Obviously, I know it's a disappointment. It will be a shock. But what does that do for OKC if that were to happen? I know you don't want to put the negativity in the atmosphere, but just listen, these things, NBA especially, can be very unpredictable. What happens if you lot were to go out to the conference semifinals against the Houston Rockets?
Um, I don't think it will. I think it'll be just seen as a blip, to be honest, in the chasing of history, chasing of becoming a dynasty. Yeah, I think I don't think it'll be too detrimental to the team. I think because they have the confidence that they know they can do it, and they were obviously if we did lose, they were defending champions. So I think they could start again. They'll be able to start again. I think they could potentially move things around. They've still got a couple of high potential picks coming their way.
Yeah, you lot got
Great,
some stupid amount of picks in it.
yeah, well, that's how running a good organization will get you. So yeah, we've got a few potential good picks and high ones too. So I think if we don't win it, it won't be too much because we'll have that rebuild and look at the great teams of Chicago Bulls. They're all their championships and some of the ones that are back to back. They weren't they there was a gap in the dynasty obviously.
Mm,
So yeah, not saying again, not comparing them, saying that they are the Bulls from back then, but
mm.
Bulls won three, lost a bit, came back, won their second three. Um, so obviously coincided with partnership
Jordan
with Michael
leaving.
Jordan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this wouldn't be that because SGA would be there.
No, but I'm just trying to say that we can come back. We can come again.
Mm,
That's what I'm trying to.
mm.
That's the point I'm trying to make. If
But wouldn't it? But wouldn't it be seen as a look? Obviously, I don't expect Rockets, but say for all right, say for example, I'll give you another example. Say for example, you get past the Rockets, you meet the Spurs, and the Spurs beat you. Is it the passing of the torch from SGA to Wemby, as Wemby now being the face of the Western Conference, beating OKC and basically saying, because remember they've got a fairly young core themselves, so you two could be going at it for years to come. But would it be a passing the torch from SGA to Wembley? Wembley saying, "Yeah, you were the best for the past 2 seasons, but it's my time now. I'm
I
the
don't
guy
think
now, and
so.
I'm gonna be here for a long, long time."
If it goes 6, 7 games, I don't think so. But if they like beat us 4-1, 5-1, I think then wait, does 5-1 even work? What am I
No, it
thinking?
doesn't. It's 4-1.
4-1, yeah, yeah. I'm thinking like football score. But if they beat us, um, and it's something like a 4-1, then or it goes 6 games and it's a 4-2, then yeah, people will be talking and murmuring, but I still don't think that it will hurt the team. I still don't think it will hurt the team. And I think they'll just say, "Right, let's run it again."
Yeah, fair dues. I think you're correct in saying that. Um, I said the core of your team is I think they're all on long term contracts as well, so they ain't going anywhere anytime soon. So I think that's a fair assessment of that. Finally, Mr. K, before we go, Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, our boy Doc Rivers has finally left the Milwaukee Bucks.
It's
We
gone and it's
know
gone.
how the truth feels about Doc Rivers, um, but this should be it now. This has to be it. He can't come back to the NBA now. Surely not.
He just keeps finding jobs. He just keeps finding jobs, and there's a lot of teams in the championship that will take him.
Hmm.
They don't need to. They don't need to. They will know what they're getting. They're not bringing him in to win championship. They'll probably be bringing him in to get him to the next stage and have them ready. So to sustain that period in that sort of like upper echelons where we're making playoffs and we're challenging. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of teams that will take him. So I will not be surprised if he lands another job at like a Wizards or like a I don't even know, Sacramento or something like that.
It's crazy to think that this man keeps getting a job living off that one championship with the Boston Celtics. It's absolute
So
madness.
long ago, man, like KG, Paul Pierce, good man.
Bro, like honestly, and look, I don't have anything against Doc Rivers, but I just look at it and think
No, I
to
like him as
myself,
a coach as well,
yeah,
but I think he's kind
yeah,
of like a Wenger, kind of
yeah, he's
overdated. Like,
outdated now, man.
yeah,
He's
he's old.
outdated, and I think it's time. Like, if he's gonna
Game's
do
moved
something, he needs
on.
to move
Mm,
upstairs somewhere else, and let
like a
these younger
technical,
coaches, huh?
yeah, like move to like a technical director role.
Yeah, something like that. Let these younger coaches get involved because right now, look, he's already tarnished his legacy. Like, no one can take the chip away from him from Boston Celtics. But like people are now obviously he's not known now as the guy that throws away 3-1 leads. he's, he's known as the guy that throws away 3-1 leads. So like honestly, and I think the mess that the Bucks were in, with the fact that obviously Giannis wants to leave as well, is crazy. Just quickly before we go, Giannis, where does he end up?
I blame Dame for that, man. Like,
Dame time.
yeah, he came and poisoned. Don't mind me. It's just that's just my OKC hate for him, man. Guy, he's not even that good, man.
Giannis, where's he gonna end up?
Well, I know you want him at the Lakers. Come on, defend
Obviously,
your boy. I know, but
him and Luca. Oh my days, bro. We're eating nicely.
I'm
Luca Wemby. Oh my days.
but I don't know where he will fit. To be honest, I mean, in terms of like what team.
Knicks.
Yeah, yeah, but they have to give up a lot for him though.
If they give up Bridges and Carl Anthony Towns,
I don't know.
it's a possibility.
I'm not sure, but yeah, I have to be honest, I haven't seen where it's kind of. I feel like it's kind of gone quiet on him. I don't know.
Yeah, for
The
now.
rumors are on
I
like where he
think
could possibly go.
I think the wishful thinking, obviously, because obviously we watch ESPN, Stephen A. wants him there, but I think all is still. I think everyone's still saying all roads lead to Miami. All roads lead to Miami. Him and Tyler Hero linking up. I think that makes sense. As much as I don't want it to happen, I want him at the Lakers. I think that it makes sense for them to do that, and it will bring Miami back into the fold 100%. With Giannis, but we'll watch this space and see what happens. But listen, people, it's been cordial. It's actually gone smooth sailing, no arguments.
Well, no, riffraff, mate. No riffraff. Just causing unnecessary drama.
100%. But people,
Be
listen.
respectful, gentlemen talking about the NBA.
Of course, always. Always keep it cordial. But people, listen, we're going to wrap it up there. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know what you think of OKC being the number one seed. Have you got them winning it all? Are they going to do the repeat? Have you got SGA as your MVP? Or do you think that the Spurs and Wembley could disrupt it? Could the Joker run it back, roll back a couple of years, and the Nuggets? Do you have any surprises? Do you have the Rockets getting through? Do you have the Timberwolves? Ant-Man, you can never write them off. Is there
That
miracle,
man ain't doing nothing, man.
a
He's got one
miracle
playoff win.
cure for Luca so that the Lakers can do something? Oh my day, please, people. honestly, let us know what you think about the Eastern Conference. Is it just a case of the Boston Celtics going back to the way how things were, or can the Knicks finally do something, or is it the Detroit Pistons? Can they bring back the bad boys, and can they get through to the NBA Finals, or do you again have someone else? Could it be Cooking with Rash? Will it be his Raptors? Could it be the Cat? It's not going to be Cavs and the James Harden. Let's be serious. It's not going to be Cavs and James Harden. And let us know who you got in the MVP race. Is it SGA? Is it Wemby? Is it Joker? Is it Luca? Is it Cade? Is it Jaylen Brown? Or have you got somebody else that you think deserves it? And let us know what you think about Doc Rivers. Is it his time to hang up the coaching board and get upstairs and become a technical director? We want to hear from you. And as usual, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, as I say all the time. Share. We are here. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. You know what? Yeah, I miss the times where you were just depressed on these NBA podcasts, you know. I really do. This OKC team, but obviously it's well-run organization. You lot have done you lot have done it well. But listen, there's no guarantees that you lot are going to be doing the repeat. Try to do a repeat,
baby. It's the start of a dynasty. I said it last season. We're running it back. Let's go. Let's go. Playoff season, baby. Chasing history. Let's go.
People, listen, coming up, obviously, 40 Chat will be back. As I said, Boxing Talk will be back as well. And we will be back with NBA Talk. Probably we'll be back when it gets to the NBA Finals. We'll be back. Hopefully the truth will be here. And we'll find out who it will be. Will it be OKC? It will be Mr. K and his... Huh?
Let's put out missing persons report. How long has it been?
He's been MIA. I think the last time he was on was 40. Yeah, I think 40 was the last time that he was on. But
even years.
Huh?
Even the years, counting the years.
Can't hear you, Mike.
The years. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear.
Yes, we're counting the years. Not even asking when was the last video. How many days ago? How many years ago?
He's MIA. We don't know what's going on with him. So people, put in the comments if you want the truth back, or are you happy with Mr. KA and I running the NBA talk? I do miss the triple threat. It does. There's something about it that does entertain me. So, but
we'll get ST on. Just
ST.
ST on. Make a third. Be a role player.
Shit. But listen, people, it's a crucial time. We'll see next week if Mr. K is smiling. When it comes to NBA and football as well, we'll see if Mr. K is still in this joyous mood.
Let's not talk about Leeds now. Let's talk about Leeds.
We'll see if he's in this joyous mood, because I know that I won't be in both NBA and football. So we'll see what happens. But people, listen, stay safe out there. Be safe. And we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.